I'm not sure which one I just used. I'll put down my mics. Hopefully, this is the fresh new one and it doesn't go off. I'll check it periodically to make sure it doesn't. But all right, masculines. So, this is going to be your reading. We're going to look at what you guys need to know at this time, what you guys are working through, what guidance you need on your journey. Just like we did for the feminines, we're going to go ahead and cleanse before we get started. Ain't no ways. Let me know if the mic cut off, because if it gets quiet, that means it cut off. I just don't know which one is the right mic. Holy Spirit, angel guides, we ask that you give us guidance on this journey for this reading. I ask that every masculine that resonates with the energy get the guidance that they need, that you'll give them the messages that they need to hear at this time, and that whatever negative energy is being sent to them, that it will be returned to sender. Okay. um yeah, I say, if you agree, say I say or amen. All right, Holy Spirit, angel guys, what do we have for Blue Butterfly? What do the masculines need to know at this time? What do we have for the masculines, the divine masculine? We have, how can I deepen my trust right now? We have trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Today's soul action, let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain within yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. So, again, this is like, I feel like there's somebody who is being called to be a leader, right? And sometimes leadership is just sometimes within your own household, it's within the family that you create. And the reason why Spirit is calling you to trust and surrender is that because it's like there's been a lot of people in your life who has disappointed you, who's projected so much of who they think you should be and how they think you should show up on you, and where people have also used you, right, for their benefit. So it's understandable why it would make you feel like you can't trust anyone, because you feel they've made you feel like you're only there to, like, as some sort of token, like something that they're supposed to take from, like you are supposed to give to them, right? And sometimes this is even within the same relationships with the same sex. It's like the competition, um when you're showing up a certain way, it's like they'll try to bring you down, even if you're calm, even if you're not in that energy where you're trying to show off or prove anything. It's like even your gentleness sometimes give people a reason to try to pick on you. You get me? But it's like you being gentle doesn't mean that you don't have a backbone. um so I feel like it comes from hurt, the lack of trust, because it when you've trusted, when you've given people benefit of the doubt, they've always used it against you to try to hurt you. Hi, Edgar. So Spirit is telling you to believe in yourself, trust in yourself, because I also feel like connected to the disappointments, you've also made bad decisions for yourself. But I think it's when you weren't trusting your own intuition. This was you not really connecting to the spiritual aspect of yourself, which is in the divine feminine energy, right? So it's like blocking out the emotions The emotional logic, I feel like we have an emotional logic, but blocking out like what you're being guided to or guided away from and using more logic, sometimes that would, hi girl, wake up. I like that, girl wake up podcast. Sometimes that would block out your trust in yourself, right? um because you're not trusting your intuition, so it would make you make the wrong choice, and then it's like you pay for it later, and then it's like you feel like you can't even trust yourself. So even if you want to go towards something, you kind of feel like thank you, Steffi. You kind of feel like you shouldn't. You second guess yourself. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. So the thing isn't to stop trusting, it's to learn who to trust. Um, who to give your trust to, right? Like putting up these healthy boundaries. If people are showing you that they're untrustworthy, then it's like, okay, now you know you can't trust that person, but don't be afraid to trust someone. Like, let people show you, but also trust in your own discernment that you'll be able to know if someone is lying to you or not, because I feel like you guys are tapping into your intuition and you're scared to trust it, but spirit is telling you you can trust it. It's guiding you. So pay more attention to how people show up for you when they treat you, and when you see it in your intuition, like if you see something in them, you don't have to be scared. You could still be around them, observe them, right? Because it could be your mind. But it's like as you see that that person is showing up the way that your intuition is telling you, like it's aligning to the same energy, because it's going to be exposed, it's going to be revealed. Then you can say you shouldn't trust this person or not. But if in the other opposite case, you see someone who's giving you a lot of love and they're showing up for you, they seem genuine, and you also feel that safety in your own spirit, trust that. It's not it's not a con, it's not a, it could be a gift being given to you by the universe, right? And if you reject it, it's because of a lack of trust. So let go and trust. And even if things are chaotic around you, it's also put your trust in the universe that you're going to be okay. See, I was doing good and now we're starting to cough again. All right, so now we're going to get into the tarot and see what we got going on. Tell me more about this energy for the masculine, Holy Spirit, angel guides. What they need to know. What's the guidance? Okay, you guys are moving forward. So move forward, right? There's something that you're moving on from. Mm. Spirit is also saying be quiet. Mm-hmm. Move forward, be quiet. Don't tell people your plans. I feel like you kind of know where you want to go. The way I'm seeing things is like you guys are trying to balance out some things. You are kind of being silent. You're not really talking about what you're going through, but there's a lot that you are going through. Your life is like I feel like you've had a tower moment, so things are changing. Thank you, Straight. Thank you, Sahara. Um, yep, trust the process, no ways. So where you guys are going somewhere, but it's a secret. So you know where you're going. I like this. You know where you're going because you've already thought about this in your mind, right? I feel like you guys have been in that King of Swords energy of thinking about things, looking at it, but the only thing that you've been awakening to is your own intuition. So you're pretty good at observing things and making clinical decisions, but now it's like you also have to trust your heart. So I feel like this is where you're moving, or you're about to start moving, is like in the direction of your heart, because you're surrendering to it, right? Because you know, it's like the universe or spirit is revealing to you that whatever this desire in your heart is where you're supposed to go. So something that you're supposed to move away from, you're letting go, but you're doing it silently. And then there's something that you're moving towards. Even if you don't know exactly what this is, you're just being led there. So, oh, I thought that was my phone, my other phone. For some, you could be being led to like like moving away from where you are. So maybe you have like this whole plan of like moving out of state, rebuilding, starting over. But at the same time, it's like you've been getting your money together. You guys want to settle down, build with somebody. You kind of know the type of person that you want to build with, so you are preparing for that, right? Not necessarily that you've met somebody, or you you know that you will, but something could be telling you like, get away from here so you can have a whole another life. It will be more peaceful, because even if you try to build something here, the people that you once connected to, they're going to still try to find a way to hold you down. So it could be something like that. Don't have to be that. And this could also be about love. Maybe there is someone that you're being guided to move towards. Um, but either way, this is something that's going to make you happy. This is something that you're being guided to. So I feel like right now, a lot of you are balancing out your finances. That's your biggest focus. And like I said, the lovers, it's confirming you are alone. You're not in a relationship. I don't think it's time for you to be in a relationship. This is why you are withdrawn from a relationship. I feel like you're working on your inner healing. Okay, I love that, because I feel like that's what you're being guided to too. It's like you're focused on you. You're focused on your path. You're focused on healing because you want to show up. This is for you. You want to show up as someone who is stable, reliable, and someone who is healed. So I feel like you want to show up as somebody who is whole. But you want to create this for yourself. You're not trying to depend on somebody else to create it for you. And you're learning, you're trusting your intuition. Your intuition is telling you right now it's not time for love. But some of you guys are walking away from love, like because somebody betrayed you. So this is confirmation that you're supposed to walk away from that connection, because that connection did not serve your higher self. And you were connected to this person, this past person, based off of a belief system, but that belief system is now shedding. So you are getting further and further away from that belief system as you are awakening. You're changing. So I feel like you've been changing in silence. And it's been requiring a lot of strength because you're looking at yourself differently as well. You're not the same person that you once thought you were. It's like everything is changing about how you see yourself, how you see relationships, how you see, and you taking action to actually build up this new version of yourself. So you're really in that tapped in that masculine energy of focusing not on the heart, but on what you're creating, but acknowledging your heart and what truly matters to you and what you truly want. So you're trying to balance that feminine masculine energy, right? Which is so funny how this goes so in hand with the feminine reading. But it's not about the feminine, right? It's about the actual working of your own feminine masculine energy. But even if you're dealing with a person, then you could see what they're actually going through, because even if you're a female listening to the masculine energy, it's still what you've been working through in your own energy. So that's what naturally gravitates you together, right? It's like when both are doing their work on both ends. But this masculine, yeah, he's withdrawn because he's Oh, that's where he's going. Thank you, Spirit. He's pursuing purpose. He's pursuing purpose. So he's releasing a toxic connection from the past and he's pursuing purpose. So he's finding his way in his purpose, and that's where he's being guided in his heart space. I'm trying to go back to my state. Thank you, Red Elephant. Get out your head. That's why you here. I love it. He's pursuing purpose. But see, I feel like this masculine, he feels like, wait, hold on. We'll see. Let me get my thought out what I was saying. He's pursuing purpose, but for some, sometimes that purpose can be love, right? I feel like a lot of masculines, like when they wake up, they feel this urge to be a protector provider. I always think about stuff like this, like when the world is ending. You get me? And it's like a lot of people don't be respecting the masculine energy, but it's like when it comes down to it, y'all the ones that built the world. Like women, feminine naturally nurture. So it's like whatever you bring in, we're gonna take care of. But if we had to hunt, if we had to get down to the nitty gritty, it's like y'all would be out there doing the dirty work. And the feminine is gonna be at home and she's gonna make use out of whatever you bring, right? And that is so important. It's like it's so much purpose in that because it's like down to the tools that you create to hunt, right, out of nothing. Like your brain has to work a certain way, but that's the logic. And I feel like it's natural for masculines to want to protect and provide because if that situation happened, they would think very quickly on their feet on what to do to protect their family. So when they typically pursue love as their purpose, but it's not just about like I want to be rich and wealthy so I could give this feminine everything. It's literally about like I need to protect my family, so I need all the resources. Because if we were cavemen, they would go find all the resources that they can to protect their family. But if they, but since we're not cavemen and we're more civilized, and we have this structure in the physical where you need money and times is hard, that's the focus for this masculine in this reading. It's like I have to prioritize my life, all the chaos, and it's difficult. But if I want this future, I have to get things together. I have to be responsible. I have to be trusted because this is it's like they're seeing it like a gift, like the ability that they can give to their family. It's not just about the recognition and the credit. It's literally like this makes me feel like I fulfilled my my mission, my purpose because outside of the resources of protecting the family, there's also how you show up as a parent, a father, um, for your family or a husband, right? It's like spending time with those children, what you're instilling in those children, how you're keeping your household together. And if you have a different vision of what you saw your parents go through, it puts like a different pressure on the masculine because they want it to be successful. The only person they care about being recognized by is their partner, right? So it's like to do this for the feminine, it feels like an honor. It feels like they've been trusted to carry out a duty. You get me? So for feminines, they look at it completely different because they're on the receiving end of it, but they don't typically really understand how much when a masculine loves you, it's shown through action. It's shown through their sacrifices for the connection. And I feel like that's where this masculine is. It's his primal nature that he's tapping into, where it's like this is primal instinct. It's not about like worldly status. This is just primal instinct. It's survival. You get me? Um, but I know that I'm the one that influences my family. So the respect of my feminine is important. I love it. I love it. I understand masculine. It kind of make you kind of sit back, huh, feminines, and be like, damn, they got to carry all of that. It's a lot to carry, right? And it's not to say that the feminine don't have to carry things too, but it's still different because even if she's out there working and providing like for herself, or even if she has children, she's a single mother. The single mother can more so understand the role of the masculine being the father, the protector, all of that. But even in that, it's still different than what the masculine is carrying out because it's so much more to it than just like providing, like paying the bills and making sure that the kids eat and they have clothes and da da da. It's the whole structure of family and what that masculine has to offer when parenting that child and instilling things in them. Like I'm way more softer, you get me, with my children than their dad are. He loves them. He loves them. But right now they're with him because the schooling system is so much better and he's better at schooling than I am with them. I'm more creative, so I more encourage their creativity, their expression. Like I do that. He's not good at that. I am. And that's my feminine aspect. But he's really good at teaching them discipline, right? Like structure, because they're going to operate in the physical world. So they can't just be cute and self expressive. They also have to know how to operate when they get out there into the real world. So he's focused on making sure they get a good education and they're versatile, da 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 da, right? And he's good at that. But that's a different weight that he carries than I do as a mother. So, and then he don't got to tell them something 4 or 5 times. They listen to him like maybe by the second time. And but I reach their heart space. You get me? So again, it's still a different. Neither one is more important than the other, but it is a different type of weight that they carry. So the dynamic is actually really beautiful when the masculine is whole in his energy and the feminine is whole in her energy, but they both can understand each other's energy. So then they have more of appreciation for it because when the feminine is out there working and she's toiling in the physical and balancing out her own feminine masculine, she can appreciate her masculine for all the work he does when he is out there. So she could create that safe environment when he comes home. And it's it's a peaceful union and he's respected in his role as a father and as a husband and what he brings to the table and what he provides, right? Because what he gives to that family, that feminine can't give alone. It's not to say it's impossible, but she just can't give it alone, and vice versa. It takes a weight off of him for her to nurture the way that she does and be able to get to the heart of things. But he understands like her system and how she does it, and he appreciates it and he loves it because that's the same feminine that knows how to nurture him when he's down, when he has had a bad day, when he needs love, and she babies him, and but at the same time make him feel so powerful because she knows how to speak to his soul. You get me? It's like that's why that's why the feminine have to go through her journey to become the empress in the way she does, mastering all those elements the same way he becomes the emperor mastering all those elements, but they both get to live out their natural energy flow. You get me? But he knows I don't have to always be in this role where it's like I have to be quote unquote strong all the time and I can't show weakness. I can be vulnerable with my feminine because that's my safe space. So the feminine has to go on her journey to learn how to be vulnerable. I mean, how to create that safe space for her masculine. Because if she doesn't have certain things complete in herself, when he needs her support the most, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you trying to be controlling? You this, you that. You never do this. You never." That's that's why this divine union take a long time. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, right? So it's like it can easily get frustrating, but it's gonna be such a loving, beautiful relationship. So Spirit is working on this masculine because guess who he is? He's the Hierophant, right? You guys are the Hierophant. So you guys are a spiritual leader. You get me? And you guys could be spiritual leaders that are meant to do that in the wait, what happened? Oh, I didn't even see that. Ooh, you lucky you was getting away. Y'all don't be playing, huh? Y'all. Oh, but anyways, um, and everybody's not gonna get it, and them people don't matter. You get me? But those of you guys that get it, y'all really understand more and more that you hear the messages and see it. You see the bigger purpose to the the divine unions, then it changes your perspective on the timing. It's not about the timing. It's gonna come together when it's right, when it's ready, right? And as you do that work, it's gonna come into union, like whether you met your person or not, because it's the energy that's following you. So every connection that you enter is there to teach you something because you've already met, like you're already connected to your divine counterparts energy. You've just been connected to it through people. Some of you guys actually already met that person, but it's not time. It's not time for union. But you're not supposed to really know until the end. It's a surprise, right? But you're gonna get there. Follow the energy, not the person. So, anyways, back to this masculine has been guided because he's tapping into his higher self, or he is tapped into his higher self. So remember, the feminine is the high priestess, he's the hierophant. And in these divine unions, everybody's a high priestess, everybody's a hierophant because it's a spiritual divine union. These are two high ranking spiritual people coming together. So now you see how that brings it brings it down to a smaller percentage of these connections being really rare. And I think the Bible, the way the Bible says it, is that like there's a narrow path and a wide path, and some people are going to take the wider path, but the ones that take the narrow path, those are the ones that are gonna have this gift, this blessing, right? But this masculine spirit has been talking to him because he's been tapping into his higher self, his spiritual self, right? And he he's working on becoming the King of Pentacles. So he knows right now it's time for him to be alone. But he has this hidden. He hasn't even told his friends or family what he's doing. He hasn't he's kind of just working through it. I don't know if he's picked the person. That part's not really important. It's more so about his own journey of him trusting the universe and surrendering and knowing that he can trust his own intuition to lead him to where he's meant to be. So He's going to know who's the right feminine for him when he's ready to find her. And if he feels that he's had to heal from a connection that broke him down, that wasn't the right feminine, because his divine feminine would never break him down. She would lift him up. So he still had to learn what love looks like for him as well. You get me? So if you guys masculines check out the feminine reading, it'll show you the feminine aspect of yourself, because that's the part we were focused on over there, right? What else? We have Page of Swords. Oh, some of you guys already know who you want. We have Page of Swords, and we have Queen of Pentacles. So some of you guys already know who you want. You want a Queen of Pentacles. Now, for those of you guys that haven't met your person, because I'm still reading the energy both ways, you guys are in different timelines, right? Thank you, Shoni. You guys are on different timelines. So some of you guys already met your person, and that's where you've been having to surrender. The universe has been telling you can trust that person. You know it's something different, special about them, but maybe you were scared to trust that that was who was meant for you. Maybe you thought that person was too good, or something something in you was scared to believe that that was for you. Others of you, you're still learning about what a Queen of Pentacles look like. But remember, you're becoming a King of Pentacles because you want a Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone that has stability, but you're not looking at her finances. You're looking at who she is as a person, right? So it's like the stability she has within her own life, herself, how she carries herself. That's what you want in a partnership. You don't want someone who's just solely dependent on you to where it's like they feel like they're entitled to what you have to offer, which I feel like is a good outlook, because I feel like that's what you're learning, right? That's a part of the conditioning of, oh, just because I'm a man I'm supposed to do this da 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 type thing. And I'm not saying that you guys, like, you all want to go 50-50 with the feminine. That's not the energy that I'm getting. I'm getting the energy more so of like, it's attractive to you to see that a feminine like goes out there and get it on her own, because that tells you more so about her mindset, who she is. You want someone that also has something to offer you, right? Rather than someone who's just coming in to take from you, because you don't believe that that's all you're meant for, which is the conditioning of the programming, right? It's like you want someone who would be appreciative of what you give them because they understand you, they see you, you want to be seen. So you know your worth. You know that you're not just a bank account. You know that you want someone who's on your level. That's what I feel like it's more so about. You want someone you can build with, because you might even see someone you're like, I want someone I could build a business with, because if she's a go-getter like me, if she's a boss like me, she's gonna see my vision, and she can ground that for me because she's a Queen of Pentacles. So not only is she gonna nurture it, like how Kevin Gates and uh Drecka had started, right? She had managed all of his things, his music and stuff like that. He's looking at that, like, but in a healthy relationship where this is our empire that we're building together. So I can't just give this to anybody, like, just because she thinks, because I'm a masculine, I got all this money, I'm supposed to give it to her. Like, he's like, no, I know my worth. But there could have been a time that he did think that's how it was supposed to be, right? But that's what he's healing through, because maybe there was a karmic who he did love, but maybe she felt like he wasn't enough because he didn't have enough, or she was manipulative. But it's something where he kind of knew it. She could have been a gold digger, and he didn't trust his intuition. But like his intuition told him, she just wants to benefit off of me. She's looking for someone that she can cash out on. But I'm attracted to her, I'm drawn to her. But then end up finding out like, no, this person was fake. They were, because I think that they were giving feminine energy that like the masculine was drawn to in light, but it was more so like seduction. It was more so like the attractiveness. Because, you know, as feminines, we got that power. Like we could bat our eyes and wrap somebody around our finger. But true divine feminines don't use their power in that way. In good ways, you could do it in the bedroom and possess your masculine, right? He's gonna be hooked on that. But that's different because it's like you're seducing them in the right way, in the way that he likes, that makes him feel good, rather than like tricking him out of his money and not really loving him and cheating on him and da da da. You get what I'm saying? So it's like this masculine is learning from the past connection. So that's what he's walking away from. And he's really looking at the fact that he would like to be with a Queen of Pentacles and what a real Queen of Pentacles actually look like. So what's going to help him discern what that type of relationship looks like, because he's being guided. So that's why Spirit is saying, trust yourself, surrender. Now, for some, that's the energy who haven't met this Queen of Pentacles. For some, they did meet this Queen of Pentacles already. But this Queen of Pentacles, he didn't trust his intuition because he could have been dealing with somebody else and he didn't know. He didn't know, how do I say it? Like he could have already been dealing with somebody, met the Queen of Pentacles and thought, and then met the Empress, but didn't know who was who, because the Empress is the new person, right? And he's seeing the Empress as the Queen of Pentacles, so I don't know who the past person is in their archetype, but there was somebody else there. And I think the reason why they're not coming out because they're not important for this part of the story. But pretty much he was in a position where he was dealing with somebody from the past, but he was like leaving that connection slowly, but they weren't 100% done. And then that feminine kind of lured him back in while he was in the middle of dealing with the divine feminine, and the divine feminine found out about it because she's a high priestess. She walked away, so she sees it as a betrayal, right? Because something was off about the connection for her. She felt like they got to be dealing with somebody else because they're not connecting to me, but I feel like they're juggling me. And she found that disrespectful. So I think he was still trying to figure out what was happening with him in that connection and him in the new connection, because he could have felt the bond with the new connection, but he didn't know her enough. He didn't know if she was like, when you're used to a type of feminine and you meet a feminine that's different, you don't know if they're putting on an act, right? Especially when they start off a certain way and then they change. So it's like two people can look the same, but they're not. So it's like I could have an identical twin, right? And we look the same makeup, nails, everything. So you would think we're the same person because we look the same. We're showing up the same. But when you get to know us individually, you find out how different we really are. And now we start to even look different because we're so drastically different from each other. He didn't know the new feminine long enough to know she was truly different, but he felt it. But he didn't trust his intuition, so he probably got hooked into that connection with the karmic feminine. And the new feminine found out about it, felt like she was being played. So she walked away. And now that's when he really realized the difference, because the fact that she has the ability and the power to walk away, he's seeing it like, she's different because this other feminine will go back and forth fighting with me, fighting for me. So now automatically she becomes the focus, but she's already walked away and she has a different opinion about him. So it's like a misunderstanding, right? Because he didn't communicate what was going on. He's now working through himself because that's who he wants to go to. That's who the universe is telling him to trust and surrender. You know, this is your person. You messed up, but now you got to fix yourself, get ready, and now you got to go make amends and try to get this connection on track because this is where you're being guided. So he's being guided towards her. Now, for some of you, exactly what I said, you guys are moving through this karmic connection, you guys, the masculines, and you're gonna meet this Queen of Pentacles. So be careful, right? Because I'm trying to give y'all the insight. Be careful that you don't get confused. If you, it's like you're getting the information pre-hand. When you meet this feminine, you're gonna know who she is. You have to trust yourself. Don't let the karmic get their claws back on you and trick you into making you feel like things are gonna work out with them now, because then they're trying to pretend to be the divine feminine, right? So that's why I said I feel like there's different groups because of they're in different timelines, but the information is all coming in as the same. It's about trusting yourself, right? Trusting your own intuition. Don't lose who you're actually meant to be with for the karmic's seduction. Know what a true divine feminine looks like, because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're manifesting. The true divine feminine is not going to hurt you. The true divine feminine is going to come with peace. She's going to be grounded. She's going to be independent. She's going to challenge growth in you because she wants you to tap into your higher self. She doesn't want you to be stagnant. She's going to communicate. You're going to see the Queen of Swords in her. You're going to see all those different um archetypes in her, right? So for the masculine, where he's at right now, he's learning how to trust himself so that when he does come in contact with this Queen of Pentacles, he will know. It's not about being perfect, it's about being ready. You get me? So I love it. I love it. Everybody's growing. We got the feminines growing and the masculines growing. So that's what I have for you guys on divine feminine masculine energy. If it resonated with you guys, give me a big fat thumbs up. If you guys like these readings, let me know so I could keep doing them. And then we're gonna do one more reading, and then you guys will see me tomorrow because I will pre-record them right now, and then they'll be ready to be pushed out tomorrow. And then I'll go live again later on at night like this. So send me good energy so I could keep showing up, because I'm trying to get us a routine and a system rather than just like sporadically showing up. You get me? But Spirit is giving me new ways of helping you guys come into union, giving y'all that information y'all need. And I'm liking this so far. Like, and I've been getting bookings with masculines too, which I love because I'm used to reading for the feminine energy. So it's interesting to see where the masculines are at. So you guys' input is appreciated as well. So I can know how to help you guys. You get me? So if they resonate, definitely like thumbs it up so that I could do them, because I know you guys like them. And it's not just the feminine spying on your energy to see what y'all got going on. All the women I've been with, then because they were karmic. Your feminine will not destroy you. She is going to uplift you. She's gonna speak to you with so much love. You get me? Even if you do wrong, she's not gonna cuss you out and make you feel like you're little. She's gonna speak to you with love. But there are some feminines who do fake that role. They pretend to be the feminine energy because they try to mimic you. So you also have to be aware of that. So it's like you learning how to use your logic with your intuition. So those of you guys that resonated with this, also watch the Divine Feminine reading, because that's you guys' feminine energy that you're working through, which is the spiritual aspect. And we talked about like discernment in the love part of it. So it will resonate with you too. And that's how I intend to do these readings. So it's not necessarily about the love between the feminine and masculine, it's about your own energy, but you can still see the where your person is at if you are connected to that person in that divine energy. So it kind of gives you clarity about their journey because it's you being reflected on the outside, right? So I think we're doing good so far. I think we're doing good. Okay, that's good. Higher, you got the clarity. Okay, you love them. Okay, perfect. It's not you, Davis. I look good in any hairstyle I do. I'm just playing. No, but like, no, I'm not gassing myself up. I do. I do. I've always been like this. When I was in high school, I used to do my hair every week. No, not even every week. Sometimes it would be a couple of days because I do everything for myself. So that's me being a creative. Like I genuinely enjoy it. I prefer doing my own hair, makeup, nails rather than going to the salon. Like, you get me? If my man just get me my little room, my little vanity room, that's where I'm gonna be. I do not need to go to nowhere. I enjoy doing it. It's therapeutic. But people used to just be like, "You always switching your hairstyle. Like, why you never look the same?" Like, I just like to. I just like to. But I also have a lot of personality, so I think it's just I've been needing to express myself. Thank you, Noise. Hi, Ricardo. All this for truth, so I'm never to live in truth. What do you mean, Rivera? I would have died again if I caught or figured to be lying or trying to lie. Oh, what you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. But you guys, if the readings aren't clear or if they don't resonate or if they make you upset, like just maybe take a break from watching tarot. Because everybody is in different spaces. Like sometimes I really I really don't know what y'all be talking about because it be so far off from the reading. And sometimes it makes me think that maybe you're stuck in a karmic cycle and you're seeing things from a confusing lens, right? But in my readings, it's about the inner workings that we're doing, shadow work, right? Between feminines, masculines, but even our own self. And that energy is reflected on the outside. So as you do that work, you'll see things change in your reality. We do attract a lot of karmics in the beginning because our energy, our own energy is karmic. But the more we take accountability and the more we make changes, the more we see those changes in our reality. And we begin to shape the reality we actually want. So it's not easy, but it's a journey. And that journey can be fun if you if you take more accountability and look at it from a more positive lens. And then community helps because there's other people who's been through it, there's other people going through it, so you don't feel alone, you don't feel crazy, you feel like, okay, this is something because I'm not the only one. Right? And it makes you more hopeful and see life differently. So um I don't know what you mean, but I hope that you just learn to walk away from those situations that make you feel drained or down or low about yourself. You get me? Because you don't have to be in situations where people are lying to you. Thank you, Sarah. You're welcome, Davis. Hi, Susan. But all right, y'all. I'm off of here now. We're about to do a collective live, so we'll do that, and then that's going to be our last live tonight, and then we'll do the other one. The other ones are going to go out tomorrow. And then those of you guys that be in the Patreon, those readings, they're going to start Tuesdays because Mondays be hectic. So I'm like, I'm going to do the Patreons on Tuesdays. All right. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.